Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Why PLEXUS call. I am Bridget Kroll. I go by my initials BK, and I've been with PLEXUS for 8 years now. And I'm telling you, time flies when you're number one, when you're having fun, always, right? When you're having fun. And this has been so fun and so fulfilling for me over the last 8 years. But when you're feeling good, guess what? Your quality of life goes up. And as a mama, any mamas here? I feel like we have some mamas here. Um, my ability to better serve my husband, my children, our local church, our local community has just gone up, up, up as my health transformed. When I started on PLEXUS, I was dealing with um, honestly eczema that I'd had since I was a child and was very on and off because I had tried everything, all the essential oils. For a little while, I was on like steroid creams and stuff because it would just get so fired up and over the edge. Doctors would be like, you got to do something about that, or else you're going to move towards impetigo, infections. I mean, it got bad. In my late 30s, I finally went to my husband one day and I said, I don't know how to tell you this. Here I was, this mama who, was reading my Bible daily, like under wonderful teaching in this fabulous church, close friends, a strong marriage. And I just said, I feel despairing of my life. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to say any other words. And he looked at me like, are you saying what I think you're saying? And I said, yeah, I, I can't get through it. So I was already like gluten-free and dairy-free and like no chemicals in my diet, just a very much like I'm going to do health from the inside out person. We had elders coming over from our church to like pray over me. I mean, it was hardcore and I kept it very, very close to me and very secret. I was very, very ashamed with this beautiful life. I just felt like, gosh, I should be so grateful. I shouldn't feel this low, this brain fogged. But I'm telling you, those morning hours, getting through to like 2 p.m. of the day, were like trudging through mud. So I'm going to say God used these products to address my gut health. I had always had constipation and bloating since toddlerhood. I was then 39, still dealing with this stuff. The eczema, headaches, PMS, all these things really were connected to systemic inflammation, bad gut health, and a blood sugar imbalance. I was dealing with a lot of hypoglycemic tendencies. And within 3 months, this was within, I mean, well within 3 months, it's like the cloud lifted and I had like this foundation under my feet again to where I felt like, oh, there's some hope. I can see through the fog. I can see my children's freckles again. You know what I mean? Like my life just, like the color came back to my life. So it's really strange because people ask me oftentimes, oh, so you waited for your results before you started sharing? And actually, no, I didn't. I was a type that every once in a while I get a wild hair, right? I'm kind of like a free spirit that way. And within just a couple of days of getting my products, I was like, I'm gonna text my mom because she has fibromyalgia and sleep problems. So I was like, Mom, trust me, grab this. I think it can help us. And then I did that with a few more people. And before you knew it, I got my first paycheck and it was like $853. Actually, I know it was $853.17. And I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? Well, my husband was like that. He was like, what? Like, what are you representing here, sweetheart? So that's when I realized, wow, I could help a whole lot of people with this. And wow, I could make a whole lot of money, bless my family, bless my family's future, pour back into the kingdom. Oh my goodness, we could retire my husband early from the military. And that's exactly what we did. So this little quick 15-minute time together is really going to be focused on our stories today. You will see if you are a part of our Guts and Grace community resource page that there is nearly every ailment and health challenge. I mean, really, it seems on the planet depicted on that page through viable testimonials. And it's because gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar are connected to so many aspects of our health. So healing takes time. We want you to walk away from this call hopeful and hopefully chatting with the person that invited you here so that they can point you to the right system for you to start on. Okay? Okay. Danny, which now I'm calling you Danny because your Zoom name says Danny, but I normally call you Danielle. I have not heard your testimony on Zoom live, so I'm so excited, friend. Are you ready to share? We got to unmute you. And it's not letting me. Oh, good.
Hi. I know normally everyone knows me as Danielle, but majority of people call me Danny. So all my little kindergartners at school call me Miss Danny. So that's usually what I go by. But yeah, I am here. This is the second time I've gone on Zoom, so bear with me. I'm a little nervous. But before I started PLEXUS, a little over a year ago, I felt so stuck for a really long time. I was dealing with depression for years. I just felt kind of like I couldn't get out of that funk. I was drinking, unfortunately, more than I'd like to admit, to just deal with that level of sadness, I guess. I just didn't really feel like myself for a good amount of time, is what you could say. And I had been watching my friend post and following her journey, and we went to high school together. And she had actually reached out to me prior, and I just wasn't ready at the time. I tried PLEXUS and I did not give it a shot at all. I was like, okay, yeah. I tried it for like maybe a few weeks. I was not consistent. And then I just kind of walked away. It didn't get me very far. So fast forward to, like I said, a year ago, I finally reached out to Michelle and I was like, I'm ready for a change. I am so stuck. I need to get out of this habit. I had really bad circulation. I had had carpal tunnel surgery at 26. I had so much inflammation in my body and I just really needed a change. So she poured so much love into me. And little did she know that that is exactly what I needed at the time. I was just blown away with her kindness and just her belief in me. I mean, not only did she share the products with me, but she was like, I'd love for you to be on my team. And I'm going, me? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, yes, okay. My husband and I had been trying to get pregnant for almost 5 years. And little did I know that a couple weeks after starting the products, I would find out that I was pregnant. And I was in complete shock. And so then I reached out to Michelle, are these safe for pregnancy? Which they were. I had an incredible pregnancy. I actually had reduced puffiness in my face during pregnancy, which was crazy. Like I had coworkers going, you look skinnier in the face, and that doesn't make sense because you're pregnant. Not that weight loss matters. I wasn't losing weight, but my inflammation was going down. My glucose levels were insane, like on a healthy way, not insane in a bad way. uh, my hands weren't going numb anymore. Anyway, I'm losing my words. So my son's almost 7 months old now, and he's a healthy little baby boy. I am continuing taking all of my products. I look forward to my pink drink every morning. It has lifted this cloud. I've met this amazing community of women who have motivated me in ways they don't even know. And I'm just going to be a lifer. I mean, not that this is about weight, because there's so much more to this than losing weight, but I weigh less than I did before I was pregnant, which is just crazy. And yeah, I'm so grateful that I met Michelle and that she's introduced me to these products.
Girl, you're like I don't know, an old natural. I can't believe it's the second time sharing. That was so beautiful. You definitely brought me to tears. Thank you so much. I have not heard all of your story. You and your baby boy are so precious. Your
Thank
family
you.
adorable. And I love the quality of life they're experiencing to be
Thank
his
you.
mama.
Thank you.
We just love you
It's
so much.
incredible.
I cannot wait to see what is coming next for you. Because I know you were doing this as a business on the side, right?
Yes, yes, the whole time.
Yeah.
Um, just trying to figure it all out and share when I could. And Michelle just kept believing in me, and here we are now.
We do believe in you. We know you're going to draw a lot of precious people to do this alongside of you. Thank you so much for
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
my goodness. Okay. Next, we have Maxie Gunderson. Are you ready to share, friend? You kept it on your calendar. I'm so happy to see you. Can you unmute yourself? Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. So anyway, I'm Maxie Gunderson and I'm up here in Great Falls, Montana. And I just get so excited just to share with you gals every time because there is hope out there for everybody. I tell you, I had been scrolling for 2 years on Facebook and just not saying a word, just scrolling through and reading all these stories and everything. And not for me, not for me, not for me. But one morning, I had cravings really, really bad, and I always have for chocolate. And I came across an article by Michelle Snyder about cravings. So the next day, I texted her and I said, "Hey, I want to do Plexus." And she said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, I just read your article and I want to do Plexus." So anyway, I signed up with her, and she had already told me while I was signing up that if I signed up 3 people, that I could go fast start silver. And so I was on, and then next morning, I asked my husband, I said, "I'm going to sign you up. I think that you would really enjoy this." So I signed him up. And 2 days later, I signed up 2 friends. So I went fast start silver my first week. And I just keep sharing and sharing. But anyway, I knew I was on the right track because I went to the grocery store. And believe it or not, gals, in my kitchen, I have had every cupboard drawer filled with chocolate candy bars. And I never went down the aisle with the candy. And I come home and I was like, what? This is unreal. No candy in my cart today when I got home. And no, I had nothing. So anyway, I just kept going. And in 3 weeks, I could tell such a difference. I had so much energy. I had no cravings for chocolate whatsoever. And even to this day, and it's been almost 4 years in February, I have bought zero chocolate. And I was not that way at all. So anyway, I just love sharing with all of the gals um, and having so much energy. And I had no energy before, and I was just fatigued out. And it was great to be able to have them call me now the Energy Bunny.
Do they really, Maxie? Oh my goodness. I tell you, I got to meet Maxie in person in Las Vegas just a couple months ago at our annual convention. And she was just so spicy, just these bright eyes and just zesty. Her husband was so sweet. It was so wonderful to meet you. I tell you, I want to be like you when I grow up. You are vibrant and glowing. I'm so happy for you, to think about those cravings that you were having. A lot of times they say, and I know you know this already, that, cravings for chocolate can be a sign of magnesium deficiency,
Yes,
right?
I found that out too.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that when this whole thing was going on before I started Plexus, my BP was at 180. And when I went into my doctor, he said, they kind of put his nose up like, "Oh, that's never going to work." Okay, I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to come back in 3 months and you can check me out." 3 months, it was lower. He said, "I'll see you in another 3 months." I said, "Fine, I'll see you in 3 months." We did this for 1 year. And at 1 year, my last checkup, the fourth quarter, it was at 120/80. And he put Plexus on my chart.
Oh my goodness. It makes me so happy. We got to sign him up, Maxie, because I'm sure he needs it too. And so does his wife, right? All of his patience, all of his patience. Thank you so much for sharing. You just make me smile so big. I'm so proud of you. You are so consistent. I know you believe in these products and our company and our comp plan, and you have fire in you that I just love. So I know you're going to change
Thank you.
many, many lives. and it's an honor to work alongside of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maxie. Okay, and we're at the 16-minute mark, but we're going to continue because this is just too wonderful. Maralisa, would you like to share with us? My Arizona friend.
Of course I do. You know me. I don't want to pass up an opportunity to to share. Well, my family and I have been using PLEXUS for 5 years. I'm a mom of 4. When we first started, I had to write it down because the math wasn't working. They were 4, 9, 10, and 12 when we started. Now I've got a 9-year-old and 3 teenagers. Let me tell you, as a mom of 4 kids, well, I don't need to tell you, I'm sure many of you know, it is a wild ride. And I'm an only child, so it was even wilder for me. And I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted, depleted, irritable. My older kids might remember just how easy it was for me to just snap in the afternoon because I was just exhausted. And so, not that that doesn't ever happen anymore, but once we started getting our health in check with PLEXUS, we started seeing some significant changes in how our household felt. I was mommying better. I was more patient. There was a time recently that it's been a very stressful year. And there was a time recently that I just melted down in front of my husband. And he was like, once we worked through what had been going on, he was like, that hasn't happened in a really long time. And that used to happen often. So that's just a testimony of God's grace and his helping us through PLEXUS to get my blood sugar stable, my mood stable, and just my response to stress a lot calmer. Biome is one of my absolute faves, and we all use it, everybody but the 9-year-old so far. And it helps so much with those teenage hormone shifts and roller coaster rides. And got one over here listening to me. And it's just been such a blessing to just soften the emotional roller coaster that life can be. So I had this all written out, what I was going to say, but one of the things I also wanted to say is that PLEXUS doesn't solve everything. Bridget and I were just talking about that today. It does not cover all the things exactly when you might want them to. Our lives, our bodies are complex, and we are all very different. And how PLEXUS helps us is going to be very different than how PLEXUS helps somebody else. We all have a very complex health story. Over the past 4 years, our family has gone through a very stressful, extended period of time. And I look back, and even though there have been some flare-ups of different issues that we've had, I look back and I wonder how we would have made it through without our health being where it was already at when all of this started. So I'm so thankful. I'm thankful that the Lord brought us to this place, and I can't help talking about it. Like I said, I will take every opportunity. And today we were meeting with a friend and her kids at the library. And I told her that I was going to be telling my testimony about PLEXUS today. She said, "Oh, try it out on me." So I had an opportunity to share, and she's happy with another company, other products, but she was happy to hear how these products have helped us in significant ways. And I went into much more detail than I'm going into here. I'm happy to talk to anybody about any of those things. So yeah, I have much more to say, but that should be it for now.
Thank you, friend. You were always so soothing to listen to. And You are a treasured friend of mine, probably for that reason. You can share whatever you need to with Marlisa, and she's going to come back level and gentle and speak the truth to you in love. What you said, about plexus not solving everything, and also in different seasons, our bodies, go through certain things and stresses. I know through the last 8 years, my eczema went completely away. And there were a couple of times over the last 8 years where I had eczema flares, and I'm like, oh, it's coming back. Maybe plexus didn't work. And looking back, those were significant, very stressful times for me. And that was my body responding. And oftentimes too with detox, people, if they decide to go down that more detoxing route, right, with triplex long-term, our long-term products, where we're like, give it at least 365 days. Sometimes those detox reactions do cause little symptoms here and there. And so that is why when you join Guts and Grace community, we want to make sure you are connected to somebody who knows our products, and your people who shared with you can always point back to me. I know Reba knows her stuff. Danny does too. Marlisa. Terry's she's jumping in on this thing with us, you guys. She is just sharing so well on Facebook. She just started sharing. She has a great testimony. I think she might be on this call one day. I have this feeling. But they can help point you in the right direction with dosing and how to shift things up. Plexus is just a tool. It's another tool in our toolbox. And it is so fulfilling to hear all of your stories every single day during the week. You guys, these calls are Monday through Thursday at the same time, same channel. On Fridays, we actually have a quick business call that happens every Friday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have 2 amazing testimonies popping on there, and we hope to see you on that Friday call, or maybe tomorrow's. Grab a friend, bring them here, and you just might change their life for sure. Thanks, guys. This has been wonderful. Thank you all for sharing. Good night. Bye. Bye, Kaylee.